What if you could learn like an Oxford scholar? Well, watch this video and I'll show you how. What makes Oxford so special? It's ancient, beautiful and prestigious, but then so is Keir Starmer. But is there more to it? Some of the cleverest people I met were at Oxford University. One of them built their own working MRI scanner and wrote the software to operate it. And someone else I know built a particle accelerator. The level of competence and expertise was often intimidating, much higher than I experienced at other universities. And it made me wonder why. Is it because Oxford has built up a reputation over centuries and can therefore attract all of the most talented people? Or is something else going on? Now, it's true that the academic calibre of people is usually high. Not always. Boris Johnson went to Oxford. But I think there's something else going on too. Songwriter and musician Brian Eno invented a word that describes the concept: Scenius.
Scenius. So just as genius is the creative intelligence of an individual, Scenius is the creative intelligence of a community. What that means, of course, is two things. One of them is the understanding that all people are born unequal, so everybody has a particular and unique set of gifts and talents, whatever they are. And secondly, that intelligence is generated by communities.
I think that's what's happened in Oxford. An ecosystem and network of talent has created a self-reinforcing structure, a community that reinforces intelligence and academic ability. And it can be seen in their way of teaching, because at Oxford they teach differently to almost every other university in the country. They use a method called the tutorial system. It's a method that nurtures and encourages a skill that is now recognised by science and employers to be more important than intelligence. And that's critical thinking. I'm going to show you what the Oxford system is and how you can implement it in your own learning. Students are assigned a tutor and have weekly meetings in small groups, usually no more than 2 or 3 students per tutor. So let's say you're a student at Oxford. Your tutor will set you some work. It could be reading academic texts or writing an essay, or if it's a subject like physics, it could be solving some problems. But that's just the start, because then you'll go to the tutorial and the entire session will focus on your work, your thoughts and ideas. You will have to defend what you think, justify your answers and arguments. You'll be challenged to develop your ideas and consider alternative perspectives. But it's even more demanding than it sounds, because this isn't just Socratic questioning. The person asking the questions is likely to be a world expert in their subject. So every week, your thoughts and ideas are going on trial. They'll be forensically examined and picked apart. Any flaws in your thinking and logic will be exposed. But that's the strength of the system. You're getting continuous feedback on your understanding. You're being taught how to think. Most people never have their ideas and thoughts challenged like that. And if your thoughts aren't challenged, it can lead to sloppy, lazy thinking. The tutorial system is designed to train minds out of that. After a few tutorials, you start to try to predict what questions you might face at the next session. You start asking those questions of yourself and your arguments, and also of the text that you're reading. It encourages you to take the steps that cognitive science recognises as required for learning. They're written about at length in this book, and they're mentioned in many research papers. So what are they? Attention, active engagement, feedback and consolidation. Now, we'll come back to those shortly, but first I want to show you how to recreate the Oxford tutorial system, because it can work for you even if you don't have a tutor. So assign yourself a weekly topic. This will depend on what you're learning. Find a big question related to the topic you want to master. Behave as if you have a tutorial where you'll be challenged to justify your understanding and ideas. Prepare in-depth research, write an essay on it. And this is important. Don't just collect information. It should be about formulating your own ideas, thinking about the subject. It's not just remembering what other people say about it. It's using their points and thoughts as the building blocks of your own. When that's done, you're sort of halfway there. But the next phase is active argumentation with yourself. Now, this is where, if you were at Oxford, your tutor would step in. But if you don't have one, you play this role yourself. Challenge your own ideas. Ask yourself tough questions. Search for the weaknesses in your arguments. You'll hate it at first, but once you develop the ability to do it, you'll be delighted. If you have friends learning the same subject, arrange peer review meetings. Challenge each other's ideas, but just don't fall out over it. After this process, reflect on your thinking, your strengths, weaknesses, and what needs to be improved. Now remember I mentioned the 4 requirements for learning. What were they? Attention, active engagement, feedback and consolidation. Often learning systems fail with the most important of these, active engagement. That is where you're not just trying to remember or even understand the subject. It's different to that and can be summed up in a single word: curiosity. You let your curiosity take you through the subject and it leads to discovery instead of just trying to remember. The Oxford tutorial system, when it's successful, encourages students to let their curiosity guide them whilst honing their analytical ability. It creates independent learners and teaches critical thinking. And that is what makes it so powerful. So give it a go. I could be wrong, but you're probably like me, the sort of person that enjoys learning. And so I think you'll want to know about Brilliant.org, the sponsor of this video. I first started using Brilliant about 6 or 7 years ago, and I love it because Brilliant helps you become a better thinker and problem solver with thousands of visual interactive lessons in math, science, programming, data analysis, and AI. You might be wondering what makes Brilliant different, and as soon as you try it, you'll know. It's not just a collection of videos that you passively watch while wondering what's for lunch. It's hands-on. You're forced to think, to problem solve. The lessons are designed to let you explore and play with ideas. That's active learning, and it's 6 times more effective than watching videos. And as you start learning this way, you'll notice something else too. Your ability to think improves. Recently, I've been giving my brain a workout with their new course on logic. Logic is a foundational thinking skill. Thinking logically will help you to learn loads of different subjects. To see how far you could go with Brilliant and to try everything they have to offer free, go to brilliant.org/pythonprogrammer or click on the link in the description or scan the QR code. You'll also get 20% off an annual premium subscription.